morning. I'm so happy to see some of you already online, and I hope that you are here because you've had a wonderful, wonderful week and are looking forward to another one. So I'm just using some of my oils before we actually get started, and of course using that was my bowl from Mangku, and I have my bell right here too. Just a little sound healing. And of course my crystals and my oils. I'm going to use my favorite Sacred Mountain to get started with. As most of you know, I am always using Sacred Mountain throughout the day to assist me in remaining in my sacred space and staying connected with the source. And this was a blend, a very old blend. When I joined Young Living, when I first used the oils in 1999, 21 years ago, that blend already, that was one of the first blends that Gary Young made. And he made it to bring us to the mountains, to connect with the source, with our Creator. And this has been a mainstay for me ever since. So I'm also going to use just a few others. Let's see, I want to make sure I don't run over on the time. But I'm going to rub my fluorite crystals with my Sacred Mountain. Have you been using your oils with your crystals, those of you who have crystals at home? Have you noticed the changes in your crystals? Mine are getting clearer and clearer, and they're showing additional little rings in there, additional inclusions, which I love to see. It's exciting to me to watch the changes because this is a real energetic shift. So today, my topic in our Gary series, we've been doing this now for well over a year, with every week some acronym of Gary. And today I chose generate adaptability rapidly yourself. Generate adaptability rapidly yourself. The reason for this, for my choosing this, is that I realized that I have always been one who wanted to have structure in my life, to do things the same way over and over. As a math teacher, in math, we do the same things over and over and over. We learn the process and do the same things. I was a swimmer. I swam 2 miles, 3,000 meters a day in the same pool every day. I had to laugh as I started to think back. When I moved to Florida, my daughter met a personal trainer, and she said, "Mom, you really need to go to the gym, and he will make it fun, these workouts." And so just to make her happy, I went to the gym, and the first thing he told me was, "You never have to do the same workout twice. We can make it fun." Well, this was not something that was comfortable for me, because I said, it doesn't have to be fun. I swim in the same pool every day. And so this was my mindset. Now, I want to move forward. Have you ever been away, taken a holiday, or been away at school for a period of time, and you, of course, changed during that time that you were away, and when you came back, were you shocked to find out that everything was not the way you had left it? That other things, everything truly had moved forward even though you weren't there? Well, this is what we are all kind of facing now. We have had an opportunity of a lifetime to be sequestered. To everybody on the planet has truly been sequestered for a period of time, a long period of time. Many of you would say, yes, it's been a long period of time. It has given us an opportunity to totally remake ourselves, to redefine who we are. Those of you who have been following me for the last year and a half know that we have been focusing on our refinement list. We have been growing, actively refining yourself. So this is figuring out, writing, paying attention to the things that we truly choose to have in our lives, the things that are important to us, and the things that we really do not choose to allow into our life experience. And I'm constantly surprised by things that turn up on my list. I add to it all the time, and I put little stars. You can probably, some of you can see my stars. I'm big on reprioritizing daily, hourly. I find since we're not traveling the way we used to do, that there is time to reevaluate, to reassess what we are really thinking, what we're choosing to have in our lives. Now, we are getting ready to embark upon a new period, because as we all begin to emerge from this cocoon that we have been in, we have a choice. Will we choose to attempt to do everything the same way we used to do them? Or will we adapt to new ways? We have had to adapt to new ways of doing things over the past months. It has not been a choice. It has been a requirement that we all had to learn new ways of doing things. And as we begin to emerge, we have that choice. Will you be one of the ones who chooses to attempt to break back into all of the same patterns that you had before? Or will you choose to emerge from this cocoon like the butterfly and fly in a different way rather than crawling as the caterpillar does? Here in Bali, where I have been fortunate enough to be for the past over 4 months, not a bad place to be confined, would you agree? We have had a bumper crop of caterpillars this year. And guess what? We're now seeing these beautiful butterflies everywhere, just emerging, all colors. This year I've noticed more than ever before the turquoise. There are so many turquoise. There are little tiny ones. There are giant ones, but they're everywhere. And that is the vision that I see for us coming out of this period of confinement. There have been times when each one of us has felt like, I've got to get out of this. I have to go somewhere. I need to do something. Particularly those of you who are used to traveling, to being on the go, to constantly having change. And this has been a real awakening. Would you agree? So today I drew this card, my creation card, which is all about manifesting the dream and looking at the glyphs that go into that particular one. And if you look at the creation hologram on your app, and then look at each one of the individual glyphs that make it up, you will see how that it is the fifth glyph, that one of change. Well, this is our opportunity. This is the orange essential oil. You may choose to use lots of orange essential oil. I love using it. This is that energy of allowing yourself to move forward. Without moving forward, if we're constantly trying to go back to the way that things were, then it is like pushing against the current. This is that energy, for those of you in the crystals, of calcite. I love to rub my calcite, my orange calcite, with the orange essential oil and just hold it, intending that it support me. It hold that frequency of allowing for change, that rebirth, that new life, truly, truly. And this hologram also has the freedom glyph, which is anchored by that lemon essential oil. So I'm going to use lemon right now as well. And I'm going to pick up, I have a citrine, a big rock of citrine that I've had for many, many years. And I'm just going to hold it in my hands and intend that it hold that frequency of the lemon essential oil, that frequency of release, letting go of those fears, those beliefs, those attachments, that resistance to change. When you combine this, the calcite and the citrine, these two things, the lemon essential oil and the orange, this will assist you in accepting that change, allowing for the change to take place. And as we do that, we will then be able to go out and to actually fly, allowing those new things to come in, the new experiences, the new ways of doing them. I have found that there's a lot of joy in being able to start over. When I moved from Virginia to Florida back in 1996, I began that process of reinventing, Francis. And then when I moved to Singapore 7 years later in 2003, more of that process. It's been a long time going on, and we all can grow and change at any age. There's no age limit on change. Sometimes we're more resistant as we get older, and I'm probably the oldest person who's on this video today. I'm certainly the oldest one who's speaking. But it's all about allowing these new experiences, trusting the guidance that we get from the source as we are more connected with our sacred mountain and learn to believe in who we are becoming. Then we have that opportunity to truly make positive changes and to understand more and more of the reason that we are here at this particular time. We can emerge learning, the world is wide open, just as Gary Young taught us. Always, always, Gary was open to new experiences. So as you move forward this week, I'm going to challenge you to pay more attention, once again, to your refinement list. If you're going through our journey of the glyphs daily, at least once, just paying attention, then determine how you would like for your life to be. Would you like to be full of joy? Would you like to allow your inner child to play? Would you like to learn to live in the present moment? How about harmony? Who would like harmony in your life at all times? This is one of those things that for me, those are things that are very high on my refinement list, on the things that I choose to bring in. So these blends have been very, very powerful for me. Having fun, allowing that inner child to play as we learn. Children learn through play. Why do we think we have to work in order to learn something? We can have fun too. So I challenge you this week to really, really use your time to understand more and more of what it is you choose to bring in your life and what you choose to push outside of your life. And begin to come out of that cocoon, that caterpillar crawling on the ground, and allow your wings to spread and to fly just like a beautiful butterfly. And I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. And before I leave, I guess I do need to say one other thing. Right, those of you in about 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes, at 12 noon Singapore time, I will be interviewed by Kai. Kai and her One Drop team organized an amazing week to celebrate Gary Young. And I get to be interviewed this week, and it's a very emotional time. It will be a time to understand more of who Gary is. So I hope you will join me in about a half an hour, a little over, almost 45 minutes, and I'll see you then.